and welcome to another Teqball World Series event, and we're back in China for the second time of the 2024 season. And a very good afternoon to you from the Chinese capital, from myself, Tim White. Thankfully, we've had some problems with the weather, but it's great today, as you can see, almost cloudless, as we look forward to another Teqball World Series event, and in Beijing for the first time. Big crowd out here in the capital city, a city of 22 million. However, it isn't even the biggest city in China. That, of course, is Shanghai. 3 finals for you today as we approach the end of the season. One more Masters event and then the World Championships. But all eyes today on the men's singles final, followed by the mixed doubles final and the men's doubles final to wrap up. The Great Wall of China, a huge and magnificent nation steeped in history, but a place where one of the world's youngest and fastest growing sports will be making its own history today. After the success of a second visit to Changdao, we're now in the magnificent Beijing, in the Olympic Park, and the route to the final for our first main event of the day sees the top seed Apor Gyorgydeak against Marek, who has a chance to win his first big international tournament, having come through the hard way. Head-to-head record between the two, and it seems like a one-way street in favour of the Romanian Apor Gyorgydeak, but the pole has been improving, and having only won one set in their 5 previous encounters, will hope for better today. Olympic Park is a real mix of people and cultures, all sorts of events taking place here, a lot of people wandering around, lovely shots from the Bird's Nest Olympic Stadium, you may remember, from the Olympic Games staged here. Quick introduction to our match referee, and then we're into the main event and the world number 1 Apor Gyorgydeak, but not the world champion at the moment. The world champion was knocked out earlier in proceedings, didn't even make the semi-finals that were held this morning. And his opponent, Marek from Poland, relatively new name right at the top of Teqball, but regular Teqers will recognise the Polish player who's been knocking on the door and not quite made the breakthrough until now. Just 19 years of age, Pokwap, but he will be confident going into this one after a great series of results. But Apor Gyorgydeak starts the huge favourite, and I should just tell you that we have over 80 competitors this week in 3 categories and 14 countries represented. Quite often events recently have been dominated by Thailand and by Hungary as well, but no domination this time. It's widely spread. Banyik, the only player who's got through to 2 finals in the doubles, and we'll see him in the next 2 events coming up. But as you saw, Apor Gyorgydeak with an illustrious CV now in this sport. But from the Gyorgydeak Teqball team, Pokwap should provide stiff opposition. As you see, he's had 8 sets won and just 1 set lost. No group stage because of the bad weather, which is the usual format on these World Series events. Dignitaries from FITEC and across the world, FITEC the governing body, the VIP seats here. So 22 degrees, nice temperature, and there has been a bit of wind, but it hasn't caused too much of a problem in the events leading up to the final. So let's get underway then for Beijing 2024. Gyorgydeak with a strong serve. A lot of distance here for Pokwap to try to get the ball back on the ball, and he can't get there. And Gyorgydeak takes the opening point. With all the experience in the world for the world ranked number 1 against the world ranked number 5. Adrian Dushak, the world champion, was knocked out earlier, and Pokwap doing well, taking an early point. So if you're new to Teqball, it's the first one who can get to 12 who will win the set, even if it gets to 11-all, we just have a deciding point. Unless it goes to a deciding third set, then you must win by 2. Serves are in batches of 4.
Out.
And you can follow all the players on social media, and
Second
we'll be
service.
asking for your views on the most valuable player of the tournament, male and female, a little bit later.
Out. Point to player in yellow.
Pokwap will have thought that he should have got that one, really. No long rallies yet. A little bit of nerves, I think, coming out for the final from the Polish player. As we said, a relatively novice in the big matches. Went short there, but it'll come back with interest from Gyorgydeak. He liked that one, set himself up nicely. Pokwap didn't do enough. You cannot make your last touch over the net halfway on the table, and that may have been what put off Marek on that point.
Change of service.
Record prize money for this week's event in Beijing. For a World Series event, $60,000 up for grabs. Gyorgydeak in again, and it's too good, is it? Yes, it is.
Player in yellow.
First defensive touch from Pokwap, but the number 5 seed couldn't bring it under control. As I said, he's been a merging force, and that's why he's gone ahead of the likes of Marek and some of the other Hungarians
First service.
in the world rankings.
Out.
Yeah, the group
Second
stages
service.
were dispensed with for lack of time, and we went straight into a knockout phase, but it's been good since that first day of the weather here. Gyorgydeak in again, hoping to stretch the lead here and get a second point on the serve of Pokwap. Goes in with a header. That's going to be difficult to recover. Can't do it. And Gyorgydeak at the moment in control of this opening set. Best of 3 sets. In July we were in Qingdao. We didn't have the men's singles. It's a new addition. Quite often for the World Series we'll have 3 categories out of those available. 5 in total. Gyorgydeak setting himself up for a big one again, and this time Pokwap went a little bit too far back because Gyorgydeak found the dipping edge of the table. Had it touched the edge, it would have been a replay point, but as you can see it was quite near the foot of the table, but not hitting the edge. If it hits the side of the table, you lose the point. Edge, you replay the point. It's an edge ball. Pokwap setting himself up better this time, goes for the head, but Gyorgydeak will get it again with that famous right foot. Let's go! And at the moment it's all Romania against Poland in this final. The serve will change again, and Gyorgydeak is in a commanding position, having taken all 4 against his opponent.
First service.
The top seed justifying his world number 1 ranking at the moment. We're at the Olympic Park in Beijing if you're just joining us.
Second service.
Wonderful setting. There are the Instagram pages. Oh, ace on second serve from Gyorgydeak. Skimmed the table, got the angle. Little bit of spin on that one. Pokwap helpless, and he's been given a Teqball lesson here. No mercy spared by the world number 1. Gyorgydeak 4 points from the opening set in the blink of an eye.
Net.
Even if it touches and then it goes on the table, it is still going to be a second serve.
Second service.
No ace this time. Pokwap had it covered. Should be well positioned here to win the point, and does do so. Perfect setup. Finish with his left foot across the table. The angle too good, and the force too good. And just getting a couple of points will settle him down a little. Had a 2-0 victory over Boldisar Levic in the quarterfinals and overcame Bogdan Marejovic. Big name in world doubles, we'll see him later, but the Serb was also vanquished in the semis. Ahead of him in the world rankings now, as I said, but it's been Gyorgydeak all the way. Beat Adam Blažević in the semi-final, former world champion. But it's Gyorgydeak here, turning on the pressure, tries to go short. Pokwap had it covered. Will be in for the big one. Is it over halfway? It's deemed legal if his boot made contact with the ball over the halfway. It would have been an illegal attack. No VAR here. It's up to the 2 referees. There is a supporting referee down underneath where this camera is shooting from.
Net.
Oh, he thought he got that clean, but the referee deeming that there was a touch on the net. See there, it's not about first serve accuracy, all of it, is it? It's what you do with the power in the second serve. He's even had an ace so far as well, but lost 2 of the 3 on this set of 4. So Pokwap finding his feet in the final and going in for the kill. Really good. One of the advantages is being able to play with both feet. And quite a good comeback there, taking 3 of the 4 points against serve, but it can be hard in men's singles to win the points on your serve. There you see 3 in a row, but he'll be hard pressed to get this back in play. Oh, he's lost control of that, surely.
Out.
Well,
Point to player
not a
yellow.
bad effort from there. And Gyorgydeak moves a step closer. Yeah, unless you get a really killer first serve, the opponent
First service.
has every chance to try and get the first blow in the rally. Wearing the t-shirt of the Gyorgydeak Teqball team.
Second
It's Marek
service.
Pokwap serving at 4-9. It's a good serve, but again, there'll be time with the 3 touches to
Point
set it
player
up
in yellow.
and smash it away. And already, I have to say, another title seems to be beckoning for Apor Gyorgydeak. Been the world #1 singles player for quite a while now. Beautifully found
First service.
corner of the table.
Net.
Second serve though for Pokwap. Most of his first serves have gone in, but hasn't
Second
found a way
service.
past the Romanians' defences. It's a great hit. The first touch gave him
Point
half a
player in
chance,
yellow.
but it wasn't good enough for him to get it back in the rally. And we have numerous set points here. 3 more points in a row for Apor Gyorgydeak, and Pokwap's threatened comeback has been absolutely
Set point to
smothered
player in
here.
yellow.
So
First service.
7 set points. It looks
Out.
inevitable. Pokwap trying with his second serve here to keep the first set
Second
alive,
service.
and the first of the 3 finals today at the Olympic Park in Beijing.
Out.
And
Double
it's a
fault.
captain's
Point to player in
double
yellow.
fault, and it is the set by 11 points to 4. A great performance there from Gyorgydeak. Pokwap, I think his head went down once that little comeback had been vanquished, and Gyorgydeak took total control again. Signs that Pokwap can provide something a little better in the second set. But 4 points in a row to round off that set. And the Romanian, as expected, justifying that top seeding and taking it 12 points to 4. Well, it's going to be very difficult for him to come back. Getting some help. These statistics from the first set. First serves in, 50%, just the 1 ace for Gyorgydeak on that second serve, and just the 1 double fault right at the end. Winners 4-2, unforced errors from Pokwap, 3 of them. Didn't play the best that we know he's capable of. Let's hope for better and a more competitive second set. Gyorgydeak won't hope so. He'll be quite content to have another easy victory. The huge towers, you can get up them, 230 metres high. We've got a few lovely shots
First service.
during the week from the towers. Glorious weather in Beijing. Set number 2 of final number 1. Mixed and men's doubles finals to come. Polish player in here goes short for the
Point
harvester
player in
and
black.
does well. Let it low over the net. When his opponent was back expecting a big hit, it's a vital tactic to be used. Lovely deft touch. World number
First
1
service.
couldn't get there. A good start. If he can come away with 2-2 of the first 4, it'll show a signal of intent. Gyorgydeak setting himself up nicely. Has to go with the head though. It's a good one. But Pokwap will also be able to go with a big hit here
Point to
and
player
take
in
the
black.
point on the right foot with a smash. So the reset button was pressed by Pokwap, who
First
seemed
service.
to lose belief in that first set, was already probably concentrating on this second set. Can he take it into a decider? Gyorgydeak will go with the boot. Oh, he's done that beautifully this time. What a fabulous shot, because there was some distance between where he addressed the ball and the net, and that's the key. You need to get it as close, but obviously not beyond the net.
First service.
So Pokwap wanted at least 2. If you can get a 3-1 lead, It would be fantastic for him, but he
Point
can't.
to player
Gyorgydeak
yellow.
goes short and levels it up. Not quite the
Change of
traditional
service.
harvester. Almost put it around the net with the angle he was using. Take another look at that. The first set to steady, second setup, feigning the big hit.
First service.
Too difficult for the pole to get it back.
Out.
So a lot depends on this 4 now, because Pokwap will be hoping to take
Second service.
3 of these. Gyorgydeak under pressure on the second serve here. It's a lot easier serving when you have a big lead, of course. And that's a fine
Point
hit
to
with the
player
left
in
foot.
black.
Pokwap winning as many points on his left foot as his right. Able to take the ball where it naturally goes and
First
not have to
service.
try to get it back on the other foot. Huge advantage.
Point to
Oh,
player
what a
yellow.
good serve that is to level us up in this second set. Kept it so low over the net,
service.
skimmed off the table. So difficult to deal with. It's the skill you learn
Out.
with the curved table.
Second service.
Here we are in the Olympic
double
Park in
ball,
Beijing,
point
and it's
player
a
in black.
double fault from Gyorgydeak. We saw one in the first set from this player, and now the tables
Third
are turned,
service.
and Pokwap is leading in the second.
Out.
Just a little problem here with serve from Gyorgydeak.
Second service.
Pokwap moving in for the left foot shot. Good first control, brilliant for Gyorgydeak. Can he keep it in, Pokwap? So much distance, can't use his foot again. Fantastic, but you feel it'll come back with interest here. Sniper's header, but it's going to be another headed return from Pokwap. Best rally of the match, gone short. Pokwap read it well, setting himself up. Goes with his foot again, but didn't get the blasted shot away. Good header, wins the point. Really good rally, good defence on both sides, but Pokwap will be pretty distraught not to have taken
Change
that
of
point.
service.
Had to make his mind up late on the previous shot. Some brilliant defensive work. But the power on the head of those neck
First
muscles
service.
giving the point to Gyorgydeak, and he needed that. Service over,
Net.
4-4 here. So both serves have been shared at 2-2. What will this batch
Second
of 4
service.
bring us? It's a good serve. Coming round on the right foot and hits the side. He'll lose the
to
point.
player in black.
As I said at the start of the broadcast, a side ball is not legal. Edge ball, you replay the point. I haven't had an edge ball yet, usually get a few.
First service.
And we don't have VAR today, by the way, in this tournament.
Net.
Well, techers around the world spreading the word.
Second service.
One of the most
Net. Double ball.
quickly
Point to
growing
player in yellow.
sports in the world, and especially in Asia. And China has grasped and run with the excitement
First
of
service.
this terrific sport. Fast moving, something
Net.
everyone can compete in. Many more sports centres and
Second
councils
service.
are getting Teqball tables now. Anyway, back with the match. Good hit. Not over halfway. Another attack that's deemed legal, and Gyorgydeak takes the point again. Pokwap still well in this one, but once you get that brilliant first defensive touch to control it,
First
you can
service.
set yourself up with a second.
Out.
Yeah, you can see there the toss of the ball, drew it inside a little, always likely to go very close to the edge, but couldn't even clip
Second
the edge to
service.
give him another chance. So we're on a second serve here. Again, the good defensive touch, the good setup, the good hit. This time well positioned with the chest. Should be able to get something here. 3 on the chest. Don't see that too often. In with a sniper header. Not quite as powerful or well directed. Could use the foot. Oh, he's trying to use backspin there. Well played. Because now he's got the advantage. 3 touches to 1, but he misses it. Gyorgydeak
Point
takes the
area.
point and moves ahead by 2 for the first time in this second set. And that is a poor mistake
of
from
service.
Pokwap. He will rue that. When Gyorgydeak had only got 1 touch, didn't put much on it. This man was in control of the rally, but didn't hit the header.
First service.
Relief for Apor Gyorgydeak, world number 1. Fighting back here from point down, as you
Second
see,
service.
at 5-4 to 7-5 ahead. All the 3 touches,
Point
yeah,
to
2
player
on the
yellow.
body. Had to suddenly
Timeout to
change
player in
plans,
black.
and he's taken a timeout after a run of 4 points against him. Yeah, just will feel that things are going against him, that he isn't having the luck right now just when it mattered. Had competed admirably. 5-4 up in this second set, having lost the first, scoring only 4 points. Scan on your screen now to visit us and vote for your best athletes of the day, male and female. See the female in the mixed doubles later. Well, there are a couple of problems for Marek Pokwap then, as Gyorgydeak protects himself from the beating sun in the Chinese capital. 15 seconds left on the timeout. Yeah, Pokwap missing that header, and that was really, at this level, almost unforgivable error. He was in control of the point, and that would have put him right back in it. But then 7-5 instead of 6-6, and then a little bit of misfortune when there was a double touch on the body, robbing him of the chance in the 13th point. So back underway, 4 points from the title, another title for Gyorgydeak. Enormous distance, won't go over the net. And again, looking a little bit like he did in the first set. Pokwap a little dispirited here.
First service.
3 points away. 2 more serves to come in this set of 4 for Apor Gyorgydeak. Pokwap realistically has to take both.
Second service.
Chavabanyik serving from a huge height. You can pick up quite a few aces. It's the advantage having served, but it's become so good defensively that it's not the advantage for most players on serve. More even. Gets one of the points back. Needs to take this one as well. Needs to repel the Gyorgydeak serve. 1 ace so far, and that came on the second serve. Still to come, mixed doubles and men's doubles. 3 finals in Beijing and the latest of the World Series events. Gyorgydeak defending well, setting himself up for the header, but misses the header, goes long. So Pokwap not quite back in it, I wouldn't say yet, but a good last 2 points there. It was a good hit, but Gyorgydeak defending superbly. Expected him to make that one. No emotion showed by Pokwap, still work to do, but he's back in it at 7-9 now.
Second service.
Well, has to get at least 2-2 to stay alive in his hopes of forcing a final set. Gyorgydeak, oh, he's out of position here though. No panic from Pokwap. Didn't try to rush it and make a mistake. Gyorgydeak with a little harvester, beautifully done. Tactically excellent work. And such a relief to take the first in the set of 4, but especially when he was on the wrong side of the table by, what, 3 meters or so at one point. Got back into position. Skims the table, gets the ace. Well, not quite an ace, was it? It was a touch from Gyorgydeak, but a service winner. Look at the spin on the ball there, taking it down, a little bit of backspin. Glides off the table, perfect serve.
Net.
This time, too low, clips the net. Has to get it on the surface.
Second service.
On the far side of the table this time. Marek Pokwap, youngster in Teqball terms. Have had a 16-year-old competing this week and caused a big upset earlier. But it's Gyorgydeak now. No upset here, in control. Pokwap coming back at him though. Gyorgydeak can go in with a big hit here, but misses the table. 2 points in a row from Gyorgydeak. He is human. He does make mistakes. Well, from 9-7 at the start of the serves and from 8-5 at the timeout, 9-5 thereafter, it's a big run here. 4 points out of 5 for Marek Pokwap, but he trails by just 1. Last serve of his set of 4.
Net.
Clip the net again. Be fantastic if he could take this set for the crowd, for us watching, and also for him himself, of course. Gyorgydeak has no intent of giving it away. It's just clipped the edge. There's our first edge ball of today's finals. Quarters and semis were played this morning.
Repeat rally.
There you see, just gives an unnatural bounce when it comes off the edge, and whereas in table tennis it's your lucky day if you get an edge. Not so in Teqball. Fairer. Gyorgydeak had to gallop there, getting his touch early before it went beyond halfway.
Out.
And
Point
Marek Pokwap cannot control that. So match points now. 3 of them. Because even if it gets to 11-11, it'll still be match point, but also set point. In the nick of time.
Match point to player
Looks
in
like
yellow.
Gyorgydeak
First service.
on the brink here.
Out. Second service.
Huge name in the sport of Teqball.
Net. Double
Poor
fault. Point
Gyorgydeak
to player in black.
has double faulted twice in this set now. Well, that's one of the 3 match points.
First service.
Here's the second. Better serve, but excellent position to defend. Could have gone with the head there, but went short. Gyorgydeak didn't catch him out with a one touch. It's
Point
missed.
to player in yellow.
Another mistake for the number 5 seed. Hands the set, the match, the title to Apor Gyorgydeak. The number 1 ranked player in the world. Couldn't quite gain the World Championship last year, but will start favourite in Vietnam this year to reclaim the crown. Undoubtedly the world's best singles player, and he's won it into Apor Gyorgydeak. Perfect throughout the week here. The world champion gives him a celebratory little hug. But it's Apor Gyorgydeak who defeats Marek Pokwap, and maybe the last point typified it. The whole match really. He's done so well to get to the final. Will improve his world ranking again, but missed some crucial points that he could easily have taken, and especially in this second set might well have been his. So overall 24 points to 14 looks like a one-sided. It was in the first, but not in the second. Much better from Marek Pokwap, and vital experience gained, but 7 winners to 4 in favour of Gyorgydeak, and 4 fewer unforced errors show that Apor Gyorgydeak was the worthy winner. 12-4, 12-10, the result in our first final of the day. Well, we still have 2 more finals to come, and we have the presentation, of course, for all the finals as well. Congratulations for the Romanian. So we will have a look at the highlights of today's final. The first of the 3 finals, Apor Gyorgydeak winning it in 2.